Hello. Oh, I thought my mic went out for a second. Uh, you'll have to forgive me if my setup looks a little bit weird right now. It is it's a work in progress, but it will in fact work for what we need it for right now. So yeah, we're gonna pretty much do the exact same thing that we usually do. We're gonna go through our introduction. We're going to go through league news, the All Star salary cap news. There's a bit of really interesting news actually from this last week that I want to address. And then we actually are going to get into the main thing, which I know a couple of people were very interested in, which is going to be a GM tier list. But it's going to be based off how, I don't want to say how valuable you are to the league, but we'll get to that whenever we get to the tier list because it'll make sense when you see it. Anyway, by the way, if somebody would want to do this, you don't have to, but it would be interesting if you did. Somebody could make an intro to the show, and I would put it in every single show because that would be just the coolest thing ever. I don't have an intro. I don't know how to make one. I don't know how to make a cool little jingle or an edit or whatever. If somebody wanted to make that, peak. But until then, it's just going to be me. Anyway, so lost my phone. So for league news that we have for this week, not too much interesting news, I guess. I guess Spurs did in fact come out of the West, so it's a Knicks finals, a Knicks Spurs finals, which is really really interesting and definitely not what I thought we were gonna get. So kudos to the Spurs, kudos to the Knicks. And then I just saw last night the Knicks took game one. Guys, I think the Knicks might win a championship. I'm not going to lie. I got to be honest. I think that they might end up doing it. Not 100% sure yet, but they definitely could. Other news, I saw Giannis is probably getting traded. Like it's been all but confirmed. So I've kind of been talking about this for a few weeks now, and I think he's probably going to get moved. He probably should get moved, to be honest with you. I think that's probably the best move for the Bucks and for another franchise like the Cavs or the Heat. Whoever ends up trading for him, probably a good move for them. So, all in all, I think that's probably for the best. Now, there was one other bit of league news that I really wanted to talk about. And I wrote it all down, and no, not league news. Sorry, that is the All-Star League news. So, for the All-Star League news that we have for this week, and this is kind of a very big deal, and I really want to talk about this because this is going to change a lot about the trading system. There is now a cooldown for how long you can make trades, or how long before you acquire an asset before you can trade that asset away. This is going to change a lot. The cooldown is seven days now, 7 or 8 days. I forget what it is. It's either 1 week or it's either 8 days. I think it's a week though. I don't know where I'm getting the 8 days from. I think it's a week. Anyway, it is now a week before you can make trades with an asset that you just traded for. So there's like a cooldown period now. First and foremost, I love this. I think that this is a great measure. This is much better than the whole redraft we did. I would have much rather we did something smaller and then just kind of mix some stuff around and then maybe change a few rules. This is a good move. I love this move. The reason I love this move is because this isn't impeding on people's ability to trade. It's not making it where we're punishing the best teams and the best GMs. No, what it's doing is instead it's saying, hey guys, maybe just take a chill pill. Like after you trade for somebody or trade somebody away, just hold on to them for a week. It makes asset flipping a much more discouraged habit, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with asset flipping, actually. I know we kind of criminalize that and make it bad. Like, Josh is one of the absolute best asset flippers. Maybe on Sleeper, he's fantastic at it. He gets an asset, flips it for more, or gets assets that are worth more than the original one, goes, flips it, gets the guy back, plus 2 first-round picks. Like, and then he'll just do that and do that and do that until he's got Wemby, Shea, and the 1.01 at his disposal for a redraft. He's going to do that anyway because that's what he does and he's good at it. And I'm not going to fault him for it. That's other people's decisions to do, and ultimately that's on you guys. But my point is, this is very, very good because it's going to discourage that behavior. It's not a bad behavior, but it can be detrimental when you have people that are either bad traders or very poor at asset evaluations before and after trades, when they're sent or when they're received. Either way, I think that this is a very, very healthy move. It's a very good rule. I'm a very big supporter of it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if it were larger. I know the original rule that we put in was 28 days, or I think, it was 30 days, but realistically, I think it was like 28 days, like 4 weeks. It doesn't really matter. It was in that time period. So it was about 4 times longer than what it is now, and we shortened it because people got upset. Whatever. My personal preference would be 30 days. I think that's much better for overall league health, but then you also get into things like the trade deadline or when a player gets injured. And my thoughts to you are, okay, that's life. What do you think NBA teams do? Like, they couldn't trade Kyrie Irving this year. They probably would have wanted to. Ja Morant wasn't traded. And sometimes you just can't trade people. And that's okay. And in fact, these things happen. I know neither of those guys were traded for that reason, because they wanted to flip them as an asset. But, my point stands that sometimes you don't get to make trades because either nobody wants the asset or there's a rule that forbids it. Either one is healthy for the league, and you just kind of got to get over it. But that's pretty much all for All-Star Salary Cap League news, which is awesome. All good things, really, really awesome. So now what we're going to do, and I'm actually really excited about this. I did actually put some work into this. I thought about this beforehand. We are going to do a tier list. You'll have to forgive me that these boxes are just a little bit screwed up. It's on me. I'm a little bit tired. I've worked all week. Obviously, all of this is going on, so I'm trying to figure all of that out. Excuse me. So, without further ado, let's go to our You Gotta Love Technology. Sorry about that, guys. My mic decided it wanted to cut in and out just because I switched from one page to the next. But okay. Anyway, here's what we got. We have our tier list. And I know I talked about this earlier, how with the tier list, it is not based off your skill as a GM. It is based off basically your relevance to the league. So the tiers are the league GOAT. That could be 1 to 3 people. I don't want to overfill these categories, especially at the top. I don't want to see a bell curve. But there might be some categories that get very few people in it. So we got league GOAT. We got famous people, essential chatters. You got You Belong Here. For famous people, that's kind of more like the, everybody knows them. Like they chat in the chat all the time. They're well liked, like stuff like that. Essential chatter, you see them just about every day, every other day. They're always there. They're always having a spat or having an argument or making a trade, something like that. You belong here. You're here, and we want you here, and we kind of need you here for the health of the league. But if you were to disappear, it is what it is. You're the new guy, so that's, anybody that's been here for a minute. That also could just be somebody that just never talks, but, we need you. Oh, you're still active is for people that are you chat once every other week, and then we're like, oh, you're here? cool. We didn't know that you were still even here. And then the final one is, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be here. Again, this isn't for skill of trading. This is just for people that are like, maybe we don't like you. I don't know. We'll talk about that. But anyway, so for our very first one, we have Jimmer. And I think Jimmer is the most, oh, you're still active guy I've ever seen in my life. Again, I know the names are massive, and I know that they're going to very quickly fill up the screen. Sorry, it is what it is. I don't have a team doing this for me. I'm doing this all myself, and sometimes I don't always have time to prep everything beforehand, so sometimes it looks a little bit wonky, but you guys get it. So it is what it is. Jimmer is absolutely the most oh you're still active guy that exists. He comes into chat once every other week and says whatever he's feeling like saying, which is bold for somebody to do who drafted Jonathan Kuminga in a redraft. So I wouldn't say too much if I was him, but yeah, that's just me. The next one we have is Dangerous. And I don't know about you guys, but I see Dan maybe once a year. Like, he responds to his DMs just fine and everything. Like, he's active. He just never freaking talks. I think he probably also has to go and, oh, you're still active, just because it's always a surprise when he jumps into chat, because you're like, oh, it's Dan. Actually, I don't remember the last time he jumped into chat, so maybe that's that. So next we have Coop carries. And I want to put him in essential chatter, but I think he's more of like a you belong here guy. Because, I mean, he's always there, and like there would be something missing if he wasn't there. But I also don't he's not always there. We've gone a week before without a Coop message, and everybody's fine. The league's not crying itself to sleep. But you belong here. We need you. You're also very OG. You're an OG member of the league, and yeah, you make everything good. So for Caden, just immediately going into new guy. You got to prove yourself. You're still a little bit new here. Nothing wrong with you. You're not done anything criminal. Just, you're new. So, these things happen. What is Jim? Kind of the same thing for you, but you're not really a part of the community. Like the other guys, like Jimmer and Dan, they talk every now and then, but Jim, I don't know, you don't talk, and you don't really communicate, kind of rough on getting back on DMs. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. That's why it's called maybe. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Because, we're a community, and you got to kind of be a community member to be in the community. That's just my opinion. Next we have Zero. And a hot take, I know he's new, and I know he's only been here for maybe 2 or 3 months now. I think he belongs here. Man has made a pretty good argument to be one of us. He's, chats pretty frequently, responds to DMs. He's a good guy. I'm going to be honest. I like having him around. Jesse. Right up to famous. This is a little bit of a hot take. I know some people probably thought I was going to put him in a central chatter. I love Jesse. Always talking, always a good guy, always likes to voice his opinion, right or wrong. I'm a Jesse fan. What can I say? So, absolutely famous. Going up there. OG member. That's my boy. Next is Coop 5679. So I took pictures and got all of these ready, and I know that name, but for whatever reason it is escaping me. Why? who this is. Is that bad? I'm sure I just gave that guy a complex. Oh, that's right. Sorry, this guy never talks and he never chats, but he's there and he's confusing me because at first I thought he was Coop Carries and I thought I'd like double added the guy. You're also gonna go in there because like you never talk and you never respond to anything, and like part of me is like I was struggling to remember who you even were. Like that probably doesn't bode well for how important you are to the league. So yeah, you're gonna go ahead and go there. Next is You Hate Mikey. Now, as you all know, not the biggest Mikey fan, but he is an essential chatter. I don't want to say it. Part of me doesn't even believe it. But he's a part of the league. Not even just You Belong Here. I mean, the lore runs deep. I mean, this guy's been kicked out and brought in and had his roster locked and, you know, all the things. He's a part of the league, man. I don't know what you want me to say. So we're going to put him there. He's essential. Next is going to be Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to put him in essential chatter. The reason I'm doing that is because I think he's always there. He's an essential part of the league. He's a good guy. I like having him there. So, like, when he talks, people listen. He's influential in a way. So, yeah. Melbourne, this is almost a funny take, I think. I'm going to put him a new guy. He's not actually a new guy, but I feel like every time he messages, like everybody's like, "Oh, who's this?" Especially the new guys who never see him message. He's like one of the most OG members, but like he just doesn't talk very much, and he's just kind of a little bit more quiet. So like his actual influence is that of like a new guy, but yeah, he's a commissioner in a few leagues. He's very well known. But I gotta be honest, I'm putting him a new guy just honestly because that's kind of where most people see him. So next we have Gervier. And like where to put him because You Belong Here, you're definitely not in that category yet. You're not even really a new guy because you've been here for a minute. You're also still active. Part of me wants to put you in maybe you shouldn't be here. But I don't think I can do that. And you know why I can't? Because you are too much fun to like mess with. Like you're funny. So I'm going to put you in essential chatter. It's not actually because you are essential to the chatting in the league. It has everything to do with it is fun to talk to you and about you, which is why I'm putting you in essential chatter. That is probably a little degrading, but it is in fact true, and it does in fact make me laugh, and that's kind of the point of this. So next we're going to put Vandery, and we're going to put him straight in. Oh, you're still active? Because this man never talks, never trades, and hardly responds to DMs. So Freddie is... Hot take, Freddie is famous. And if you don't like this, you all did it. You all made him famous. Calling him out in the general chats, getting in his DMs, always talking about his trade offers. You all did this. You made this man famous. And I'm for it. Why? How can I not be for it? I make a show once a week about the league. How can I not be for this? Of course I'm for this. Of course I'm for Freddie. W's in the chat for Freddie. If you're seeing this video right now, comment W Freddie. Let's do that. W Freddie, you're famous now. Mariana Magic. You belong here. You're a good guy. You're one of the OGs. You never talk, and that's okay. Everybody still loves you. I'm here for it. So you belong here. I don't really have too much else to say about that. Just an OG. Love him. AF Sonic. You're not actually a new guy either, but you feel like a new guy. Like, you don't talk as much. You're kind of a little quieter. Your DM skills are questionable at best. You feel like a new guy. Nothing wrong with that, though. Sapai is an essential chatter. He is an important part of kind of the culture and the messaging. You know, I was doing a little bit of research before the show and looking at how many messages each person had sent. I think I only ranked like between 5 and 7. Maybe I was the 5th highest chatter. Like, there's definitely a lot of people that are up there. Sapai is one of them, and he also is not like the most OG member, so I think that's quality. So we got to give him his roses for that. So next we have Randy. With the amount of chats that Randy gives, he belongs here. We'll let you belong here. Oh, it won't. That's frustrating. That's really sad. Thought I was going to be able to do that. But it's not going to let me. Oh, well. Okay, so Dan. Yeah, you're going into, oh, you're still active. Because that is... Saying a Dan message... A Dan Warner message is the most rare thing you will see in that general chat. Just does not exist. It's just like, I like Dan too. Like, I've made several different trades with him before. He's a good guy. He just, oh, you're still active. That is him in a nutshell. CB Steam, you belong here. I know he's a new guy. I know that he's like, he doesn't talk nearly as much. There's just something about him. After he took that team, I was just like, it'd be weird to not see him have his team. Like, a few of these new guys, like, if they left, I'd be like, that was okay. If CB Steam left, I'd be like, you know what? I miss that guy. You know? So, gotta love that. T-Ball Higgins. You know, I don't want to do this, but I think you're famous. I really do hate to say it, but you're always chatting, you're always making a name, always making a case. It's hard to say no to that. Like, really and truly, yeah, that's the truth. TVD man is going straight to, oh, you're still active, because that is, again, pretty much... This guy's a commissioner, by the way. I don't think people understand. This guy's a commissioner, and, like, I've seen him message a dozen times in the last 2 months. Now, in the commissioner chats, he's a lot more active, so don't take this with a grain of salt. Like, he actually is active, just not in the general chat, so don't go flame him, please. So Sal's essential, honestly. I love Sal. He's just a good old guy. I think he was one of the first guys I ever made a trade with in any of the All-Star salary or any of the salary cap leagues. So he's a really good guy. I like him a lot. Give him love. So Odin, he is an essential chatter, I think. I don't think I can go famous though. I want to, but I don't think I can go famous. The reason being is just because he doesn't chat enough. I love Odin. I personally think he's gonna win the title again. I think he's one of the. I think he is by far the most underrated GM. He is not an asset flipper. He just has a really good idea about what his team wants to look like, and he's just really good at getting it done. So all the love to him. Again, he's my favorite to win the title again this year. And I haven't even seen him build a team yet, so confidence there. Next, we have Josh Pett, and Josh is going to League GOAT. The reason I say that is because this man is more famous than anybody else in the league. I'm a big Josh Pett fan. He's a great trader, great guy. He's a good guy, really quality guy. So, yeah, all the love to him. Ali is going to Essential Chatter. Part of me wants to put him in Oh, You're Still Active, but he just has the most insightful little comments just here and there. It's so refreshing. I love Ali. He's great. Potatoes, you still feel like a new guy. I almost want to put you in Oh, You're Still Active, but you do chat from here from time to time. So Funk, we're gonna put in Essential Chatter because you be getting those numbers off. You sure do. Absolutely. And Henry is going straight to Oh, You're Still Active because dog. Send a chat every now and then. It's like your messages just get lost in the wind. I know you actually do message more than pretty much everybody combined in the Oh, You're Still Active category. But it really feels like I don't see any of them. Like, I don't know if like you just don't have anything meaningful to say or if I just am glossing past it. Maybe this is like a really, really bad roast to you and like you're like, what do you mean? You just think my content is garbage and like I have nothing of value to say? Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't know. Again, just personal opinion. Yeah, yeah, it's the truth. That probably hurt. I'm sorry. But this gives you a moment to grow and to learn. So let's go ahead and look at this tier list one more time. We have Josh Pett as the only league GOAT. Ojesse T. Freddy as famous. Mikey Gervier sat by Atlanta. Sal, Odin, Ali, and Funk and Essential Chatter. You Belong Here is Mariota. Zero, Coop, Randy, CB Steam. The new guys are Caden, Melbourne, AF Sonic, Potatoes. Oh, You're So Active is Jimmer, Dan, Vandery, Dangerous, DVD, and Henry. And yeah, maybe you shouldn't be here is What is Jim and Coop. And that was the tier list. That was fast. See, you guys are watching this right now and you're like, but Poseidon, it's not even a half hour into the show. Are you ending the show now? The last one was an hour and a half. No, I'm not ending the show. Relax. It's only been a half hour. Oh my gosh. Take a chill pill. Anyway, I actually did have a very funny comment to read. I'm reading it on my phone. Sorry for everybody else who's like, oh, he's such an iPad child. No, this is my show. Leave. I don't care. I had a very funny message where I was attempting to make a deal with someone. And when I tried to make the deal, sorry, give me one. I tried to make a deal where it was before I traded Trey Murphy. And I I don't talk about my own trades very much at all. This is actually more just a comment that I found amusing, and I'll just read these DMs. I'm not going to say who it is to protect their identity. It is somebody in the league, though, so you can clown on whoever you'd like to for this. I sent the trade, and the guy said, we both know this isn't even. So I said, I think it is, but all right. He said some stuff. I said some stuff back. He said, one of them and a first would be much closer to the value I'd want. It also depends on your valuation of my team. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so real quick, guys. I come on here once a week, sometimes more, when I do team evaluations and little videos or hot takes or the show that's coming out this weekend called You're a Bad Trader and I Can Prove It, which, by the way, you should tune into because that is going to be a fantastic guide on how to evaluate players and make very solid trades. That should be very beneficial and help you all out tremendously. That being said, I come on here and I say whatever I want to say. And it's not because I hate everyone or because I would like to ruin people's day. It's because I make content. Do I believe it? Yes, I absolutely believe it. But I also say it in a funny way. Sometimes I say it in a loud way. Sometimes I say it in an aggressive way. Sometimes I say it in a provocative way. Because it's content, and it's supposed to be interesting and engaging and exciting at times. And if I come on here and I say something about your team that you really don't like, and then the next time I try to make a trade with you, you look at me and you say, actually, sir, you can't make a trade with me. Do you know why? Because I didn't like your team valuation of me. If I had a vindictive side, I would be posting that in general chat with a clown emoji and clown you for the rest of the week. I would make that my punchline. Everything would be, get a load of this guy. Because that's a ridiculous thing to do, respectfully. Because, I haven't even said your name in a private chat and a general chat on here. Nobody knows who made this comment. And I'm not going to tell anybody, because I don't care. You're the one that went out of your way to let me know that my team evaluation of you hurt your pretty little feelings. Which is very funny. Actually, it is very, very funny. I take great pride in that, actually. I find that very amusing. The reason I find it amusing is because I was probably right. Like, if I had said that about you drafting Nikola Jokic and Wemby and said, well, I don't like those drafts. I think they could have been better. You would have looked at me and you would have said, well, I disagree because you're just wrong, because those are very good picks objectively. And, you could argue all of these advanced metrics. The last draft that we had, the redraft, we had people picking Jonathan Kuminga in like the third round. No. Trae Young was like the fourth pick. No. I said something because your draft sucked. That's the truth of the matter. If I said something, it was because I didn't like that draft, regardless if it was autoed. And if it was autoed, look at me and say, well, it was autoed. And I would say, okay, you probably should have said it, but it is what it is. If you made that conscious decision, that's kind of G League material, but it is what it is. The draft worked out fine. Everybody's happy. The big thing, though, If I'm trying to make a trade with you and you're looking at me thinking, oh, well, he didn't like my team or he didn't like my draft or that trade I made a week ago that he just now reviewed, I don't like that he did that. Okay. I'm not even saying you have to look at me different or the same. I don't care. I'm just saying that's kind of ridiculous, don't you think? Just maybe a little bit ridiculous. So look at me and say, well, he had an opinion. I don't like it when that guy who makes videos on his opinions, I don't like it when he does that. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. I have an idea. Don't go and watch it. You can do that. It won't hurt my feelings. I won't know. You can DM me and say, I'm not watching your videos anymore. You said a meanie thing about my trade. Then don't make bad trades. What do you want me to do? Like, seriously, what do you want me to do? You want me to not say something bad about the trade that you made? Don't make a bad trade. You want me to not say something about your draft pick? Don't make a bad draft pick. Especially when there are obvious decisions. Are you seriously trying to tell me you'd rather have 1.04 or Trae Young? Which of those you're picking? Trae Young, obvious. I'm kidding. 1.04. Mistakes were made. I think Vandery was the one that picked Trae Young. He should have picked 1.04. Obviously, anybody should have. He autoed it. It is what it is. Vandery isn't even the one I'm talking about. This guy was, I think, literally unhappy that I gave him a D on his overall draft selection because his draft sucked. And now I can't get a trade done with him, which is comedic and amusing. And I spent like 10 minutes talking about this because it was funny. I thought it was funny. This guy was going out of his way to let me know that my opinion was 100% completely valid. If you're going out of your way to let me know that you didn't like that and you're not going to trade with me because of it, my opinion was valid 100%. Because you don't go after somebody for lying about your team. You do go after somebody if it just hit that little spot that said, don't make that trade. Don't make that draft pick. That's the little spot. Anyway, so that's my league news for today. And I actually do have a comment. I'm going to try to start doing my favorite chat or my favorite comment from the week. And my favorite comment was from Josh Pett. And I found it funny because I'm childish. And it was about T, and he said, T was worse than Celtics. Bro couldn't even do 2 + 2. I just thought that was funny. Because if anybody knows, T used to be a commissioner. And for anybody else that is curious, when was T a commissioner? You wouldn't know because he didn't do much. Which is fine. I'm a commissioner, and I don't do too terribly much. I actually need to go update the sheet after I finish recording this, but part of what I do as a commissioner is this. I get on here and I talk for 40 minutes. Now, I know I talked a little bit about this episode being shorter. It is going to be shorter. I am still moving. I am still very, very busy. So unfortunately, I do have to cut this episode shorter than it usually is. And for that, I'm sorry, because I don't like making short episodes. I'd like to make an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. But I am exhausted, and my throat is getting sore, and just complaining, whatever it is. I got stuff I gotta do. Sorry. I will make more episodes. I will record more stuff for the future. I am working on the series right now of You're a Bad Trader and I Can Prove It. That series is going to begin uploading on Saturday and every other day for, I think, 4-ish episodes I will be releasing. I think in total it'll be around 2 hours worth of content, about 30 minutes each episode. So really, really good stuff. It's also going to be a little bit different than the content I've been making because it's going to be a lot more about objectivity rather than my own opinion. So it's going to be kind of educational. It's going to teach you guys how to properly evaluate trades, how to evaluate players, how to send proper trades, how to receive proper trades, the kind of conversations and dialogue you should have during those trades. It's just going to be a really helpful guide on really just the proper way to trade. Because I noticed there's quite a bit of there's a lack of decorum when we trade. Like we go into people's DMs, oh my gosh, that's a terrible trade. And then we go off on them and DMs, and then if they aren't understanding what we're trying to talk about, then we go into the general chat and we start talking about it there. I get that if you get like a Slayer trade offer, I get it, I do. But the truth of the matter, and I'm guilty of this, you shouldn't do that. You should be nice to people. You should talk to them in DMs, and it's okay for you to disagree on the value of a player. That's okay. That happens all the time. But you should be respectful. And I'm not always perfect. I'm very guilty of this, of not being terribly respectful with people. It's something I'm working on. I'm a growing man. Go out there, make good trades, watch my video series because I'm going to show you how to make those trades. So, all in all, thank you guys for watching. I am sorry that this episode is a lot shorter than the other ones have been. It's only about 40 minutes, but makes it a quicker watch. And the actual content of the upcoming series is going to more than make up for that. Again, thank you guys for watching. I had an absolute blast recording this. Leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you would like to join or keep up with the All-Star Salary Cap League on Sleeper, go check out our YouTube channel. It should have links to how you can get into contact with people, or you can just DM Josh Pett on Sleeper, and he will be able to reach out to you and give you some information. That's all for now, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic day. That's it. God bless.